How's it going? My name's Nate Smith and I like video games. Just in case you weren't aware. Video games have always been a big part of my life, with one series in particular that stands above the rest. And that series is Pokemon. Now, as someone who's played every generation multiple times, has seen every single movie, regardless of how good they are, and has actually gone into competitive battling, I'd say I've put in enough hours and have my fair share of Pokemon time to say I know a little bit about it. Let's see here. Really? With the phone already? Now, something that's been bothering me for a very long time is the amount of hate that Generation 5 Black and White and Black and White 2 got. And quite frankly, 99% of everybody's reasoning is all the same, and to me, is not justified. So I decided to make this video to back up 3 essential points that I strongly believe in. A, Generation 5 was not the worst. B, Generation 3 was actually the worst. And C, Generation 1 wouldn't be as good as everybody thinks it is if it weren't Generation 1. And just a quick disclaimer, these are all opinions, these are just what I believe, you're entitled to your opinion, and we may or may not end up hating each other after this. So with all that being said, let's get started. I'm gonna start with the main reason a lot of people didn't even give Generation 5 a chance. And that reason is Trubbish. And yes, I'll give it to you. Trubbish is pretty stupid. It's a garbage bag. It's literally a garbage bag. Now before you go ahead and write it off though, think about this. Trubbish isn't the first bag Pokemon. The first bag Pokemon was Makuhita, which supports the fact that Generation 3 was awful. Not only was it a bag, but it was a punching bag. Yeah, sure, it's gathering garbage, but it's gathering something. It's assembling a team and holding everything together to help you out. It wants what's best for you, and it's gonna make your life easier and smell a whole lot better. What's a punching bag do? You punch it. You show genuine aggression and anger toward it. It brings out the worst in you. Now that we covered the bag aspect, let's talk about the garbage. We hate Trubbish because it was garbage. It was waste. It was disgusting and was composed of stuff we didn't want. Now where have I heard this before? Oh yeah. Grimer and Muck! Grimer and Muck are piles of sludges from Generation 1. But you don't hate them. Why? Because they're from Generation 1! Take out the fact that it was one of the original 151 and what do you got? You got gross. You got sad. You got stinky. And its name is Muck. They took what it actually is and changed the spelling? Might as well just be like, hey Game Freak, what's the newest Pokemon? You say, hey, it's crap. We're gonna call it crap. With a K. Dude, wait, really? I don't know, I don't give a muck. Like I said, at least Trubbish is keeping it together. Grimer, Muck, they just slime about. Another reason that Gen 5 gets a lot of crap is because the Pokemon aren't quote-unquote original. Really? Wait, no, really? We've been rehashing Pokemon ideas for damn near a decade, and now you're pissed about this? What about Chikorita? Quadruped grass starter? That's not Bulbasaur. What about Turtwig? Quadruped grass starter? Hey, it's not Bulbasaur. Grottle? Third stage quadruped grass, the plant back dinosaur, whatever, they're all the same, they're all the same! I don't even hate on the lack of originality aspect. If someone asked you to think of about 1,000 characters, you're gonna have some repeats. What matters to me is if the Pokemon is cosmetically appealing and likable, not, hey, you did something kinda like this before, now I'm butthurt about it. If a Pokemon idea is agreeably straight up dumb or not even remotely creative, that's when I make my Psyduck face and ask, really? For example, Makuhita. I already talked about that. Moving on, Shedinja. Sure, a bug ghost. Cool in theory. But you get Shedinja when Nincada evolves into Ninjask and you have an open slot in your party where it can shed its skin. That's right. It's skin. From a bug. It's bug skin. Ugh. Lombre. Let's see. Rhymes with ombre. Probably a coincidence. Its head looks like a sombrero. Kinda pushing it. It's a grass type? Like mowing the grass? Like Mexicans? Nintendo, you subtext slipping racist bastards. Not only that, Lombre turns into this thing, which just scares the ever-living god out of me. Shroomish. Yes, you can argue we had Fungus and Amoongus, 2 Pokemon that should have never seen the light of day. Yes, we had Paris and Parasect, who were fine, fungus Pokemon from the past. And I agree with both of those statements, but here's my question. Did we need like 20 mushroom Pokemon? We couldn't stop at the Parasicis. Nintendo was like, well, mushrooms worked in Mario, maybe do it in Pokemon. Why stop there? Why not have a plumber Pokemon? Why don't we just make a million more occupationally based Pokemon? I mean, we already had Smeargle, who was just a stupid little painter. We had Mr. Mime, who was literally just a mime. And a bad one, too. He spoke. Mimes are supposed to be mute. They didn't even get the mime right. You had Jinx, who was based on... I don't know, hookers? Why don't we just have a police Pokemon and we call him Mr. Cop? Why don't we just have a doctor Pokemon and maybe he can heal all the sick cub chews and then we'll have adorable little ice cubs everywhere? Why don't we have a yard worker Pokemon? Oh wait, we do, it's Lombre and he was in Gen 3! Now let's face it, whether you want to admit it or not, if half the Pokemon from Generation 1 were made today, we'd hate them! A Pokemon that's a Pokeball evolves into an upside down Pokeball. What's its special ability? It kills itself! A rock. Just a rock? I mean, it's got a face. Did they even try? Useless. And look, ever notice that Venonat looks exactly like Butterfree? The eyes, the hand, the purple, the adorable little mouth. Did someone misspell a file? How did this happen? It makes no sense. Proofreading helps. Eggs! What's it turn into? Coconut tree! I'm out. Look! Now listen, I love Generation 1. It was one of the biggest parts of my childhood and still is today. My point isn't that it was bad. It was great. My point is that Generation's one advantage is that it was the first. It was the original. You're basically obligated to like it for nostalgic purposes, and if the same aspects were done today, there's a good chance you'd say, hey, that doesn't make sense. No matter what, I'll always be a diehard Poke fan. If Nintendo puts out a flop generation, I'm still gonna support it. All I'm saying is that I know it's popular to hate on what's new and say, the original was better. But before you go hating on Gen 5 saying it's the worst, remember, nose pass. It was Gen 3. This happened. But that's basically it. And again, these are just my opinions. Now I want to know what you think. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Which generation do you think was the best? Which generation do you think was the worst? Let me know in the comment section below or leave me a video response. Also, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel where I make new videos every Thursday, and feel free to check out my gaming channel where I'm actually playing Emerald, which was Gen 3. Okay, stay happy. Brah!
Gelagden kinder, tubelona said as well, yes sir. What is she gonna use on the other team to kill them?